What's up, weirdos? Terrible news. It turns out my favorite poop rapper, Ice Spice, is actually a poop person. Now listen, there have been so many things that Ice Spice has done recently that I've almost made a video about, but I've been like, I don't know. But recently, this new story and the meat of this video, it just came out, and like, I have to talk about it. Because the two main characters here are Ice Spice, aka Isis, I'm just gonna call her Ice Spice though, and Cleotrapa. They're both rappers, and the story that I'm gonna talk about today is what happened between the two of them on Ice Spice's Y2K tour, which I honestly didn't even know about until it ended, but this is a poster for it, and it's over. The last date was August 31st. It's weird, because I feel like I'm kind of tapped in on like pop culture stuff on like Twitter and TikTok and stuff, and normally I see concert videos, so I do find it interesting that I saw nothing from this. Also, just noticing like on her poster, why is Y2K, the name of her album and the tour, on the trash can? Isis, I don't know what you were thinking doing that, but if you look at the poster, you'll see it says right here, featuring Cash Cobain and sounds by Rio Tusa. Nowhere on it does it say Cleotrapa, which is interesting because they were going on tour together. And after the tour ended, Cleotrapa tweeted out these two things. Y'all thinking I got paid is hilarious. I was played, betrayed, and unpaid. Come on. She replied to that saying, I never had a problem with not being paid, by the way. I knew. I just want everyone to stop thinking I was paid, because I wasn't. Now, people saw that, and immediately their antennas went... Because Ice Spice has a history of being, I don't know how to say it, a mean person, like just a mean person, or like a bad friend, might be a better way of saying it. We'll get into that later. She has a history with this other girl called Baby Storm. But talking about Cleotrapa right now, she tweeted that out, and then shortly afterwards, she released a 6-part TikTok series. By the way, whoever started this trend of making like multi-part TikTok series just talking about personal drama, I am so grateful. It is just like the juiciest stuff ever. It's so juicy, and ever since it started happening, like I can't get enough. I love making videos about it. So in this 6-part series, each video is like 9 minutes long. I don't want to watch the whole thing because I think that's a little bit overkill, but I'll tell you what she's talking about. We'll look at some clips, some highlights. That way we're hearing it from Cleotrapa's mouth herself.
And understand that no matter what the opportunity is, nobody should make you feel less than or make you feel like shit because they gave you an opportunity. It does not.
Yeah, that's kind of a good thesis statement for what this whole thing is gonna be. You can tell, by the way, just starting out, like she's not coming on here to just like kind of make peace and just kind of put things out there. She is pissed. And as we get into it, oh my God, are you gonna understand why? Now she's gonna talk a little bit about how they met and just give a little bit more context. I kind of talked about it, but let me just show you.
Now I will break down how it ended. And for a lot of people that don't know, me and Ice did not grow up together. That is not my childhood friend. I met her 2 years ago. Before she blew up, I was very supportive of her. Before she even blew up, I was somebody that genuinely liked her. I was like, this girl is so cute. I seen her video on my Explore. She didn't even drop her viral song yet. And I was so supportive of her.
Yeah, so that's important that they were like together and like in a friendship. They knew each other. They had met before Ice Spice was actually famous. So like Ice Spice was making her music. Like she was making her career happen. But it wasn't like they met after Ice was successful and then Cleotrapa was trying to be a leech. She was supportive while Cleotrapa was bigger than Ice, which is really important context for what we're about to see because the way that Ice Spice treats her, it's just not realistically like how any human should act to anybody.
So the ending of July, I get a call from Ice very early in the morning. Cleo, come on tour with me. I miss you. Come. And I'm just like, girl, I'm not about to come on tour with you and watch you perform all month. Like, I got a nigga. I got stuff that I can be doing. I can be getting money. I have opportunities in New York. I have brand deals. I have things that I need to focus on. So for me to travel all over the United States with you to watch you perform kind of crazy. She's like, no, I want you to perform. And I gagged. You want me to perform? She ain't never brought me out on stage. I was like, oh, wait. Okay. Like, I guess this girl, in my head, this is what I'm thinking. I'm like, I guess she's really trying to make up for that fake shit that got exposed like a month ago. Like she's really...
Yeah. Right out of the gate, putting a little bit of context in there. Because right before she does this, right before she reaches out, she had this whole drama with this girl, Baby Storm. Baby Storm is, I guess, Ice Spice's childhood friend. And she had tweeted out some like really funny stuff before that she, the impetus of this. And just to give you a little bit of context to that, she had tweeted out about Ice that said, the next person to be exposed will be my ex-best friend, Isis. Or as y'all know her, Ice Spice. She went on to say, Isis did everything in her power to make sure my career would never take off. She did everything you could possibly think of and more, but I'm not afraid of her anymore. This is the truth. She's also fatphobic and many other things. And by the way, I'm only telling you guys about 1% of it. Believe it or not, this is nothing. Peep, shea butter community, she's referring to dark skins. Calling her colorist, which is something that, I'm not in the black community. But it's something that I do see frequently talked about in regards to Ice Spice as being, colorist. So that's there. And I'm not gonna read all the text that Baby Storm posted of Ice Spice talking about Nicki Minaj, but there's one part that I really want to highlight. So this is Ice Spice with the gray text talking talking here. By the way, at the top, ISIS second phone. I know ISIS is just a name. I know. But Ice Spice said, talking about the, I'm bad like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still want to party. She was talking to Baby Storm about that. She said, hopefully we're able to do it, but we're about to put out another record in June for the Barbie soundtrack, which is an opportunity I brought her. Ice Spice talking about bringing it to Nicki, which if you were me, I totally thought that it was like a Nicki song that was like, oh, Nicki and Ice Spice. She goes on and says, because Barbie asked me to do it alone, but since that's her brand, I invited her on, and she doesn't even see that as me bringing her something. She's kind of like my mom, ungrateful and delusional. I cut her off, by the way, not speaking to her till January. Woo! Oh my God, talking about Nicki Minaj like that, when that came out, woo! Nicki and the Barbs are not people that you want to play with. However, you know, she is married to a rapist. And she said of Megan Thee Stallion, big, get up on you, get on your big foot, get up on your big foot. So I can see why she, you know, she potentially might say ungrateful and delusional, especially if she brought that to Nicki. Although it's also kind of like self-preservation, because if it was just Ice Spice on the Barbie song and Nicki wasn't there, Ice Spice would have get cooked. Anyways, not the point. This was the context of all of the stuff that was going on with Ice Spice's ex-best friend. So the day before the tour, reaching out to Cleotrapa being like, hey girl, I know it's been a long time, but I'm on a multi-level marketing scheme and I can't wait to get you involved. Hey girly texting Cleotrapa to invite her on a tour and then treating her the way that we're about to see that she treated her. Woo! All right, but back to Cleotrapa. She goes on to give a little bit more context about this whole fake friend allegation.
Like even the thing after her best friend exposing her, it was like, oh, like let's go to the basketball game. Come with me to this basketball game. I'm thinking like, oh, she just wanted me to come with her to a basketball game. Like maybe she's trying to make it up. I don't know why I kept thinking that she was trying to make it up for being like caught being fake. But it was just like, even a basketball game, it was like one day later, she's like dropping the song. It's like every time she's like inviting me out, because we never chilled on some like chill shit, bro. Like it was never like there's some chill. It was always like in the blogs the next day and the song is dropping too. So it was like, wait, this girl kind of uses me for her rollouts. So I'm just...
Yeah. Here's the thing. If I'm only ever seeing a friend after that friend is exposed for being a shithead friend to somebody else, and then they're like, hey, come hang out with me in a public scenario. And then I go there and I'm like, hey man, long time no see. And he's like posing for all the pictures. Hey, no, dude, it's great to see you. And then the next day, this motherfucker has a song that drops. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna feel really fake. But also, Ice Spice is so big, like it's hard to like not do it. So I get it why Cleo would do it, you know. You wanna be hopeful, you wanna think that your friends aren't just using you. But sometimes your friends are just using you, which is something, by the way, I don't wanna talk about it. There's YouTube stuff, that's personal stuff. Okay, whatever. Now this part is real interesting, because she's talking about the poster right here. What I said about how she's not even on the tour poster, even though she's invited to be on the tour. There's another little nugget here that Cleo drops.
Online says the show starts at 8. It would even say 9 sometimes. And guess what time I was going on? At 7:30, 7:45. I was going on before the show starts. So that was kind of weird in itself. I had no idea what to expect going on tour. I had no idea until I got on tour and started seeing certain things, and I'm just like, wait, why don't I have that?
That's a little teaser for what we're about to get into. But yeah, let's talk about that for a second. The show starts at 8. Sometimes the show starts at 9. She's got her ass out there at 7:45. By the way, I don't really like tour. Like, I don't like going to concerts. Okay, here's the thing. I think I went to the last Drake concert before like the beef happened, because my friend Benny J is like a huge J. Cole fan, and it was like a Drake and J. Cole concert. So we're like, let's go see J. Cole. And you know what? I like Jimmy Cooks. I like that Drake song. So as we're trying to go to the concert, I'm fucking stressing out because I'm like, oh my God, it's 8:15 and we're still in the Uber. It says it starts at 8. And Ben is sitting with me like, be at peace. No fucking way Drake is coming out before like 9:30. I'm like, but it says it starts at 8. And he said, be at peace. If I found out, then I show up and there's fucking Zach Bia DJ for 45 minutes, I'm like, I wish I'd stayed home. Also, I didn't like the concert. I stood there the whole time like this, because it felt like it was all about the person who's singing, and I got jealous. I was like, well, it just feels like you're just doing it for yourself. It feels like the only person who's having fun is the people who are singing on there and everybody's looking at, which I think is a issue with myself that I need to talk about with a professional. No, I just don't really fuck with Drake. So for people who go to concerts, it's a known thing. You don't even have to show up on time because it's gonna happen a little bit later. And she's got Cleotrapa going before? And now we know that she wasn't even paid? This has gotta be the worst thing that ISIS has ever done. I know it's just her name. I gotta just say Ice Spice because that sentence sounds fucking insane. Okay, now let's go to part 2. Because this is where Cleo talks a little bit about the vibe of the whole thing and how Ice Spice was treating her. I can't believe that she did this. So let's just watch it.
She told me, don't leave your bags at the venue. You might need some. Don't leave your bags at the hotel. You might need something in it. And I was like, okay, I'll bring it.
Okay, so she goes on to talk about it. She brings her bag from the hotel to the venue, like Ice Spice said. She left her bag like with the security with all of Ice Spice's bags, because Ice Spice has like 10 bags. So Cleo has like the security bring her bag from the hotel to the venue. She's an artist. This makes sense. This is all good. And you'd think that means like if they brought her bag to the venue, they'd probably bring it back to the hotel, right? Because she's talent. Like that's the point Especially if, well, let's just watch a second.
My bag was still there. All her bags was gone. I'm just like, why would somebody just leave my bag? Like, I asked the security, I'm like, can you take my bag? He said no. I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? He brought all bags. He's like, okay. I'm like, can I pay somebody to bring my bags down? Because I didn't want to bring the bags down. Why would I want to bring the bags down? I'm just a girl. So I'm asking around, nobody's word. So I'm like, all right, let me bring the bags. I'm tight though. I'm tight. Like, I'm not used to this stuff. Like, what the fuck? I'm just supposed to be performing. Need I remind you, I'm not even allowed to bring somebody on tour with me. So I didn't really have anybody helping me. It was just me.
Yeah, okay, by the way, that's important. Also, she asked to have an assistant to be able to be brought on the tour. She asked for an assistant. She was like, I need somebody to help me do my shit. And she's performed. She's tired as hell. Ice Spice says, no, you can't have an assistant. You're not allowed to. We don't want to fit them on our bus. You can't have them. And she's like, okay. Now you would think if that was the case, that Ice Spice would have whoever's bringing her bags also bring Cleo's bags. Because she's saying, no, you don't need an assistant. We got you, girl. Is we got you, girl, when you take all of her assistants away and then you have your assistants take just your bags and go, actually, don't bring that one back. No, I know you could put it on the trolley and like you guys could carry it since you're just doing it all in like a big thing. But actually, I would prefer it if you left her fucking bag and didn't move it. And if she asks, don't pick it up. You're mine. You might think that I'm exaggerating, but as we continue, you're gonna see, like, that's how she acts.
I got a sense that she just wanted me to struggle. And that's kind of fucked up as like a friend. Like, so I carry the bags. I take one duffel bag. I'm walking down. It's pouring outside. I put it in the car. The fans are screaming, Cleo, can we get a picture? Cleo, can we get a picture? As I'm struggling with a bag. And it's like very embarrassing. It's like very embarrassing. Like, never do fans want to take a picture with me while I'm like carrying big ass bags looking like.
Literally? That is just, that's humiliation. People want to talk about humiliation rituals. Oh, John Cena was naked on the Oscar stage doing this because he's fucking funny and he doesn't care about having his Johnson out. Have you ever seen Peacemaker? John Cena thinks it's funny when he gets naked and has hair. And it is. This is a humiliation ritual, but it's not a ritual. It's just somebody trying to humiliate somebody for, I guess, their own ego. And as I'm saying this, especially if you like Ice Spice's music, you thought I was feeling you. Munch. You might be thinking, oh my God, you're going really far. Trust me, I've seen all 6 parts and Ice Spice's response. I'm telling you right now, just jump with me on this and you will be like, I will convince you and you will understand, because we're gonna get there. There's just so much more that I truly feel like it's just Ice Spice's ego and she's just trying to humiliate this girl because she's me. The more information you'll see, the more you'll be convinced. But the fact that she had this girl struggling with her duffel bags in the motherfucking rain. Oh my God. If I say, hey, come on my tour, I'm a fucking multi-millionaire, and then I stop them from having any assistance, and then I say, hey, my help, you guys don't touch her bags. Make her do it herself. And it's raining, like, oh my God. And trying to like get through outside of the tour where all of these fans are like, Cleo, can we have a picture? Cleo, can we have a picture? Oh my God. If I was in like a bad personal place and I got recognized at like the airport, already it's difficult enough. I don't fucking care. By the way, if you want to come up to me and see me, if you see me in public and say hi, I'm not famous to the point where that bothers me. Like, it's fun and it's really fun to meet people and I like it. It's just so nice seeing people who watch my videos because everybody who does is like really cool. I'm not at that Chappell Rowan level stalker fame. Although Sophia, there's stories that, okay, we can't even, the Sophia stalker stories, I gotta make a whole video about that. But no, to get recognized in a moment of like personal crisis, pouring rain, left by your friend, you'll notice, by the way, that this is part 2, and this horrible situation Cleo was able to forgive Ice Spice for, which I cannot believe she did. That is an amazing friend to look past something like this. But let's keep going, because Cleo confronted Ice Spice about this. She didn't harbor it in for herself and then blow up on TikTok afterwards. She confronted her in the moment.
Just delaying us because we're trying to hurry up. So I went to the bathroom, I'm taking my makeup off, and I'm like, yo, you know you asked me to like take my bag. I mean, not you asked me. I'm like, yo, you know you told me to take my bags with me to the venue. You said that was it was smart for me to take my bags and the reason why. And you even told me to tell your security to bring the bags upstairs. So why would it be a problem for him to bring the bags back to the car? And she goes, that's my security. He works for me. If he feels like he's doing more work, he's gonna want to get paid more. So I'm like, how much does he want to get paid more? Because if I'm gonna be with her this whole tour, I would pay him more. I'll pay him more to carry my bags. I don't want to be carrying my bags. I don't.
Exactly, Cleo. I think Ice Spice saying, I don't think my security guard should be taking your bag back because then he's gonna want to get paid more. I think that has the kind of like logic and the reasoning of somebody whose level of comprehension of reality is at a Sesame Street level still. So let me put it in ways that Ice Spice can understand, because like, in the real world, Isis, if you're gonna ask somebody to come on tour for you for free, you should at least pay your security guard to carry their bags. Isn't that right, Mr. Noodle? Yeah, I mean, pay your security more to get your bags not carried by your friend in the pouring fucking pouring. Okay, sorry, I'm having a bit of like a Sorry, what the fuck's happening? Oh my god, that's what I love about making these videos though, is because it feels like I'm just telling you a story. Because dead ass, the only times I like say something different, I don't like that I said dead ass. The only times I do like a different take is if I like fully fucked up how I said it. Like I got all my notes right here, but I'm just telling y'all shit. Point being, yeah, pay your security guard more. Like, also, I don't believe you. It just feels like an excuse that a child comes up with when they're confronted by their stepdad. He carried her bags up, but he couldn't carry it back down through the rain because he's gonna want to get paid more? What are you talking about? You sound like you have the logic of a Tim Robinson sketch character. If he carries more bags, he's gonna want a lot more money. I don't have a lot of money. Like, what logic is, like, what? It's just a very bad, mean friend trying to humiliate their friend and thinking that their dumbass excuses actually make sense. Sorry. Ice Spice isn't a dumbass. She's made 18 songs about poop. Come on, guys. Actually, let me fact check here. Every Ice Spice poop or fart lyric. Think you the shit, bitch, you're not even the fart, obviously. I'm his poopy, but I never smell. Bars, standing on shit like a floor mat. Aight? Birdie took a fake perk, now we got tummy runs. Hell yeah, all the rappers are talking about diarrhea, Ice. This isn't weird. Think you the shit, bitch? I can't even lie, this is amazing. No hate on you, think you the shit, bitch, you're not even the fart. That's one of the best lines I've ever heard. Actually, not even kidding, like that's a fire line. But she heard that and then said, I'm his poopy. Anyways, yeah, her emotional, like, friendship intelligence seems to be the same as her lyric, but I'm not saying that translates to every facet of her life. She could be a very bright woman. Now she continues talking about that situation, but yeah, that's what the situation is. She says something very interesting at the end of this video that I think we should take note of.
Now, what I didn't know, which I later learned after bringing up everything I went through to her, I learned that this situation where I said something about my bags was the reason why I got mistreated the entire tour after that. And I had no idea that she was so tight at me for saying something. Because she's the type of person who doesn't like to be, she doesn't want anything said to her. She feels too big, she feels too highly. She's on her high horse, nobody can say nothing to her. But
nobody can say anything to her. That is insane to have a circle around you where nobody can say anything to you. When the lyrics, the artistry that you're putting into the world is poop bars. And I'm trying not to say, I'll just show you the song. Like, I don't want to say the words that I'm gonna say, but it's just a description of the song.
Hot box in the beat like, give me a light. Hot box in the beat like.
That's what the type of music that she's putting into the world, which is fine, but then you can't have people around you that can't say anything to you. It's just kind of like a lack of self-awareness, I feel like. Do you know what I mean? I feel like people aren't really talking about that. Like, she's also kind of revealing that Ice Spice doesn't have any self-awareness. Because I thought that she was self-aware. Like, that's why I had the Ice Spice line, because first of all, in her mood, actually, let me give Ice Spice her flowers musically. I feel like I've been shitting on it a little bit. Let me give her flowers. In her mood, Deli, Munch, thank you the shit, fart. This, okay, she has a discography. Honestly, all respect to Ice Spice and her music. But I truly thought that she was funny in a way that like she knows that she's a funny figure. This kind of just feels like she doesn't know that. And the fact that Cleo was just telling us that everything that we're about to see that Ice Spice did is based on this, like the bullshit that we're about to get to that Ice Spice did to Cleo was because she felt mistreated by Cleo in this moment for even bringing it up. When in this moment, Ice Spice is so already clearly the villain. And it gets worse? Yeah.
Now I put my bag, literally a tote, on the side of her couch, and she knows it's mine, because she knows that's my bag. I put it on the side of the couch. Her mom and her little sister came in the room, so everybody got out the room, like an hour goes by, I like go downstairs, I walk past the room, I see my bag, like my Telfar bag outside of her door. And I'm just like, wait, why would they kick this little bag out? Like, this little bag was on the side of the couch, like.
Immediately, I'm exiting the tour. Immediately, that's just a sign of just nothing other than disrespect. Immediately, I'm leaving the tour. This is gonna be the end of the tour. What tour? The world tour? By the way, oh my God, you know that Justin Timberlake DUI thing? Wait, I gotta put y'all on game with this. Picture right here of Justin Timberlake coming out of the DUI. I had seen it on Twitter, and then later that day, or like the day after, I went to a Nike store with Sophia to get some sneakers here, and I saw these, and I felt like, why do I feel like I've seen inspo for these? And I thought to myself, I really want those. But I was like feeling it in a weird way of like, I don't know if I should get those because I don't remember if I saw it in a good light or a bad light. But then I was like, fuck it, I love baby blue. I'm gonna get them. I get home, back on Twitter, I see this posted again. I'm like, holy shit. I mean, these have the blue bottoms, but I literally got the Justin Timberlake DUI ones. By the way, look at the drip. Baby blue necklace, by the way. I don't know if any are left in stock. I'm restocking. Wait, let me list them because I restocked some and then I sold out so fast. So I tripled the restock number. Magic mushrooms. Oh my God, that one sold out so fast. Witchy, that's the one that Ben told me, make a black and black and purple one. And then Gustav, and then the emo one. Those are like, those sell out so fast. So I tripled the restock of them. Also, I'm gonna make a, let's not talk about it. Cleopatra's bag was left outside of Ice Spice's door like it got kicked out of the room. kind of fucking tangent was that? That is such a needlessly shady thing to do to somebody who you're like allegedly like friends with. But it gets worse because they take the bag, they take it out, but it was unattended by Cleo for a minute with ice and then handled and put outside to be petty. And then look what fucking happens.
Why would it need to be kicked out the room? But it's crazy now, a few days later, and I'm not accusing anybody of nothing. It could have been anybody, you know what I'm saying? It could have been somebody that walked past the door and seen a bag in the front of Ice's door. My card was used. $700 and something was used at one of those designer retail websites like Essence or something. I was so gagged. I was just like, what? But of course, call my bank, got my money back. I didn't even make it a thing.
Somebody stole her card and spent a bunch of money on it. Now, there's two options here. Ice or her mom wanted to go order something off of Essence that was expensive off of Cleo's card to be just an ass. Or because Isis was being such a jerk, she put her bag out and then some random person who's in their hotel went through the back. So maybe like a security or somebody, maybe one of her male security guards wanted to order something expensive off of Essence. Yeah, no, that's a very valid plan B. But that's plan B! When plan A is just the worst, where you're just a jerk. Then, a little bit later, Ice wanted to humble her and humiliate her in front of people.
Because she texted me when she said that he was coming on the bus and for me to take a bunk on the bus. So she goes, in the elevator, you're not gonna get your own room? I was like, what? I didn't know I was getting my own room. I was back confused. I'm like, oh, that's what I was trying to understand. And I stopped the elevator door from opening. Girl, why you can't say nothing to nobody? Like, why you always try to give like an embarrassment kind of vibe? Like, it's not even embarrassing, but it's like, that's the vibe that you make it seem like you try to give all the time. Like, girl, you could have texted me that. Cleo, make sure you get your own room. This is the hotel we staying at. Like, damn, why you gotta get to the hotel and you telling me you're not gonna get your own room? Like, I could have had the room.
Yep. Oh my God, she is speaking so from the heart and it's so real. Like, I relate to everything that she's talking about because I can see myself in that situation. You're Ice Spice. You're inviting her on the tour. You're not even paying her. Obviously, she would think that you're doing like accommodations. Ice Spice is making this girl pay to go on her tour. And then she's saying, concert starts at 8. And then has her performing at fucking 7:30 or 7:45. Or concert at 9, still 7:30, 7:45. And then Ice Spice, obviously she's not coming out at the start time of the concert. All my concert goers know. Like, you're putting her through all of that. She's not even on the poster. You were doing her so fucking dirty and so clearly just to try to get back into the good graces of the public eye. Oh, look, I have a friend. I'm supporting my friend. But behind closed doors, you can't even be a good friend. You're trying to be a good friend for PR. And then you can't even do the part of being a good friend. How crazy is that? Damn. Obviously, she would think when you're putting her through all of this that she should at least have her hotel room comped. You're putting her on a fucking tour. And it's weird that Ice Spice is trying to like portray this as like, you're not gonna get your own hotel room. Like, she's trying to make her embarrassed when she should be the one embarrassed because clearly the tour is not making a lot of money. I'm not making any accusations. I haven't seen anything from her tours. I don't know what the ticket sales were like, but that feels like broke behavior to invite people onto a concert tour and not even pay for their fucking hotel room and then try to make them feel like an idiot for expecting it. Being so stingy, you won't even let your security guard carry her bag because he might ask for $5. Like me, he might ask for a tip. Golly, girl. That is so broke, but so mean. Like, just communicate it. If it's not going well, just be like, hey, could you get your own tickets? But I guess that would require being a nice person. The whole reason that you brought her was to beat the I'm not a nice person allegations. Especially because of the Madeline RG Central like C stuff, which we'll talk about that. Like, she's just a mean person. And you bring her on tour to clean up your image of being a mean person, and then you are a mean person to her? Obviously, she's gonna post a 6-part TikTok series. Are you dumb? Are you dumb, Isis? Sorry, that's annoying me too. Okay, anyways, Cleo ended up staying with the hairstylist and then becoming friends with the hairstylist because in the story, the hairstylist and Cleo are like that. They're the true heroic story. They're the alliance. Like, she tells in the story that she gets along really well with the hairstylist, and Ice Spice was no fun at all. Like, she didn't even want to play Uno with Cleopatra. Didn't even want to play Uno. That's the most scandalous part of this whole thing. Okay, then look at this part at the end of part 3 before we get into the next one. The point that she's talking about here is that the hairstylist, like that team, was ordering food because that was part of the budget. Like, the crew is ordering food. And she is rooming with the hairstylist. So the hairstylist asks her, what do you want from the menu? But watch this.
The hairstylist shows me like a menu and stuff. She's like, oh, production and whatever. They're gonna order food for everybody. Pick what you want. I was like, okay, I'll get a chicken salad just like you. Like, I'll just get a chicken salad. Then she shows me like a message where somebody from production is like, Cleo is not a part of the budget. So I'm just like, how am I not part of the budget, but y'all invited me on tour? Like, who and why didn't they tell you?
Yeah, it's so funny that it ends right there. Yeah, oh my God. It's just a group of the production. They're ordering food and Ice Spice is like, oh, actually, no, not her. Girl, how can you be this mean, but also this dumb. I don't know how to say it any other way. I'm trying as hard as I can to like be fair and be empathetic, but I can't think of it as anything other than just pure dumb. The whole reason this girl is on the tour is to prove that you are nice to your friends. And the way you decide to do that is to twist the knife at her every chance you can get, because she complained to you. You would have somebody carry her bags back in the pouring rain after she's already performed, when you were the one who told her to bring the bags in the first place, and you had somebody bring them. And she's like, I didn't really like that. Could I have somebody like carry? Not even accusatorily. And Ice Spice is like, shut the fuck up. He's gonna try to charge me more money. And then proceeds to bully her and twist the knife. And you see how that might not absolve you of the bully mean girl allegations? Well, like, all it takes is $20. It just takes $20. Get this girl a fucking lunch. Goddamn. Okay, anyways, there's so much. I'm just gonna summarize a little bit more for you for right now. Cleo is obviously going through a lot right now emotionally. Just imagine where you would emotionally be after all of this. And she's talking to her manager, obviously venting, trying to figure out a way to work this. And the manager's like, all right, you know what? We'll get an assistant for you. The manager brings an assistant for Cleo for the tour. That assistant is there for a show in Chicago, but then after the show, that assistant was told that it wasn't allowed on the bus. Gus is over there barking because he knows. So when they had to leave Chicago, Cleo was alone again. There wasn't enough room on the bus for this girl. Was there really not? It's so like consistently just mean and dumb because it's so transparent. That's the thing. Like, how could you think that Cleo wasn't going to talk about this? It's so transparently just mean. And she knows the whole reason that she's there is to prove that you're not mean. Gus is over there like, hey man, hey, that little motherfucker was just letting me know he needed to go potty. He's doing great here in Toronto, by the way. Hey, shout out Toronto. I've been here, big vibes at TIFF, T-I-F-F, Toronto International Film Festival. Been hanging out with Selena and Andrew Garfield all weekend. Anyways, alone on the bus, no assistant, stopped along the tour. Cleo is with like some of the production, like the hairstylist and the makeup artist and Cleotrapa. They were left and they were told that they were not allowed to go to McDonald's because they don't have enough time. It's too far. But they hadn't eaten all day. They were getting hungry.
Me and her are talking about how hungry we are. Now we go to the boys bus, tour bus, and we just sitting on the bus. We just like, yo, like, can somebody come with us to McDonald's? Like, nobody want to walk there by themselves. We fake want a man with us. They like, oh, that's mad far. Like, nah, like, where there's a desert, it's scary. I'm like, okay.
They're on a tour bus. They're fucking hungry. There's no Uber Eats. They're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. They're like, hey, can somebody take us to McDonald's or we're like starving? Please. Like, by the way, in a situation like this that you leave to go to the boys tour bus, people who have existed in situations everybody on earth knows, that's like, you gotta be really hungry to take that level of a step. And they get told no, they can't eat. Well, oh my God, look what she says next.
Nobody said anything about food still. Come to find out, everybody ate. Can you believe that? Everybody ate. Guess what? They all went to a steakhouse. Everybody went to a steakhouse and left me, the hairstylist, and the makeup artist. Everybody went to go get a bite. Steak, mash, cream corn, spinach.
My God. Oh my God, that makes me so annoyed. Oh my God, you cannot be a good person to do that. That is so... Also, punishing the makeup artist and hairstylist for becoming friends with Cleopatra as if they've betrayed you. Oh my God, Ice Spice. Isis, get it together. Come on, Isis. It still sounds weird whenever I say it. I know it's just a name though, it's just a name. But I can feel the film Cooper out of context. Well, okay. We can't take you anywhere to eat. We're gonna leave you in the middle of nowhere where you can't eat. We're gonna put you in a situation so dire, you're willing to go, can somebody fucking take us somewhere? We're so hungry. All the while, you and the rest of the production sitting at a steakhouse. Ooh, I would love to have some corn on the cob. Literally Bugs Bunny ass villain. Twirling her ginger red mustache, which by the way, if you put Ice Spice next to me, this looks like brown hair. Hey, but if you've been drawing me red hair, it looks cool. That is so mean though. And listen to this point, because I wasn't just speculating about the makeup artist and hairstylist.
Me and the makeup artist, me and the hairstylist, well, all of us, we were told to get on the bus because at this point, Ice doesn't even communicate with me anymore, by the way. She like slowly, gradually stopped talking to me, and that's because I think like she realized that I was like getting cool with the people that worked for her. So now it's like she's kind of like treating me like a worker. But I was so confused. Like, you're not being my friend, so I'm going to make more friends.
Exactly. Hey, I'm not getting a room for you. Figure it out for yourself. And then being put in that situation being like, oh, okay, that hurts a little bit. And then somebody with empathy sitting over here, oh my God, girl, you can come stay in my room. The hairstylist. And then her being like, oh my God, thank you. Then them talking, probably relating over the crazy bullshit Ice Spice has done to both of them. Becoming friends and then looking at her like, I guess you're just some of the help now. But then also treating her and her individual friends that she's made with the help, production, the assistants, making her feel like one of them when you brought her ass on tour to be a opening act, and then you just shit on her the entire time, and not in a funny Ice Spice way. Because by the way, you think you're the shit, bitch? You're not even the fart? I've listened to Cleotrapa's music. She's the shit. And it's starting to feel like Ice Spice is the fart. Fuck off. Hey, fuck off. Okay, anyways, then she says this about another thing that ISIS did to her.
From 9 to 2 p.m. in the same place, thinking that we're moving and that by the time we wake up, we won't even be there anymore. So to find out we're in the same place is so crazy. My legs are cramping now. Like, I'm just so confused. Like, niggas is treating us like fucking luggage for real. Like, yeah.
Exactly. They're treating them like luggage. So Ice Spice said to her, hey, make sure you're on the bus at 9 a.m. And then they take a nap from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Obviously, the expectation of, hey, get on there at 9 a.m. That's pretty early. We're on a tour. Hey, get on there at 9 a.m. You think, oh, I take a nap in 2 p.m. We're at the location. I can get out, stretch my legs, maybe get some fucking food. And then you wake up and you haven't even moved. It's like, why are you telling me to get on at 9 a.m. and then you're just going about your willy-nilly life? That is literally treating them like luggage. Like, sit there and wait. Not even thinking of them as human beings. Like, they're humans with wants and needs. Wants, like, I don't want to be on this stupid ass fucking bus from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. when I could be in bed or doing my own thing. And this was all to be the bully mean girl allegations. That's what's so dumb about it. Oh my God.
Let's just throw the luggage on the bus. Like, girl, what? We're humans. Can you tell us that you're not leaving right now? When somebody asks, like, why didn't we leave yet? Because Ice didn't feel like leaving yet. And I'm just like, bro, this is so crazy. I texted her, I was like, hey, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm on the way. I'm like, bro, what?
Oh yeah, I just put you on there from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Why? I just didn't feel like getting there early. I just felt like disrespecting you. I just felt like treating you like shit. That's so shitty. So dumb. At least fake it for her on the tour. Okay, now part 5. This is when Cleotrapa, she pulls up the receipts, the texts, the paragraphs that she sent to Ice Spice after this. I'm gonna try to go through this text fast. She said to ISIS, thanks for bringing me on tour. It was an interesting experience. I will say overall you could have been a better host. It was beginning to feel like I asked you to come and not the other way around. They never checked on me, not once, because I was told I was gonna be with you, and gradually it started feeling like Khadijah invited me. I was gonna leave as soon as you told me to get my own room because I was under the impression I wasn't paying for hotel rooms, and even if it came down to you wanting to be with your man, the least they could have did was accommodate me since I'm already not getting paid. I didn't even feel welcome, but yeah, she convinced me to stay, and that's why I pulled through the whole shit. And I know you're gonna say some shit to invalidate how I feel, but bro, put yourself in my shoes real quick. Okay, so that's the kind of tone that she's talking about. She is, but get like a full rundown. Talking about what all of them are doing to her and how just it's bullshit. But there's one part I wanted to read that was really funny. Almost left again when they went to a steakhouse while we was in the middle of West Bubblefuck and they didn't even invite anyone knowing damn well there's no Uber Eats or food. They went to a steakhouse while we was in the middle of West Bubblefuck. Middle of West Bubblefuck is the funniest thing that I've ever read. And as somebody who grew up in Olathe, Kansas and Spring Hill, Kansas, a confirmed resident of middle of West Bubblefuck, she is saying all this to her, and you would expect Ice to see how mad she is, see how hurt she is, see how serious the situation is, and as a last-ditch effort, try to at least fake being like a decent friend who can apologize, especially when she was invited to prove that you're not a mean person. I was gonna say bad person. So ISIS responded to all that with, nah, you're mad ungrateful, but I expect that by now. Even James said it. James? Not even gonna over-explain myself. Also, didn't know you wasn't on the bus right now. You really stayed in Atlanta? I feel like this is a cover-up. Dead emoji. You need to communicate with your managers more because they said they didn't have a problem getting your room. My fault for inviting you, and then look at your tweets. Oh my god. Obviously, Cleopatra was gonna come out and say all this because it's such an insane level of meanness. It's meanness to the point of like cartoonish. Like, there's no world she's not gonna come out and tell this story. And she has a whole nother part where she's just like continuing, just talking about how horrible this like was as an experience. But I think it's important to get into Ice Spice's response because the thing is, we've just been hearing from Cleopatra. As a nation, can we trust Cleopatra's word? Let's see what Ice Spice has to say. Oh, a tweet right here. What should I do for dinner? Steakhouse, chicken salad. Oh, chicken salad like the chicken salad she said that she couldn't pay for? Or steakhouse like the one that you went with everybody else to while you left her in the middle of West Bubblefuck? That seems like the meanest response possible. When the allegations are meanness, what are we doing? But that's just a tweet. We should go straight to the source of Ice Spice because she posted a 5-minute audio message on Twitter and trust me, it is worth every second. All due respect, Isis, I'm putting you on 1.5 speed though.
They're not getting exactly what they want out of a situation the way that they want it. You know what I mean? It's like, that's when they decide to crash out every single time. Like, I'm noticing a pattern, bro. And the shit is sad because I genuinely was trying to help her. Like, I'm like, yo, do you want to just come on this tour? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could just like join. Like, mad last minute type shit. What had actually happened is that we added another tour bus. So I'm like, now we have extra room.
You added an extra tour bus. We have extra room. Do you not realize how that makes you sound worse? No, you know how a big portion of the whole thing is about how you didn't have enough space to let her bring an assistant. But you brought on another tour bus because the tour was just so successful that we were like, you know what, fuck it, bring that old girl anyways. We were doing her a favor giving her the 7:30 slot at a 9 p.m. start time concert that I won't even get on stage for until 10:30. We're doing a favor for her, especially when she has to then carry all of her luggage down into the pouring rain while people are coming up to her saying, oh my god, I loved you, you were just performing, can I get a selfie? And she's covered in rain, lugging 2 bags like, yeah. No, yeah, she's just crashing out. Oh yeah, she just didn't get what she wanted out of a situation, so now she's crashing out.
They're not getting exactly what they want out of a situation the way that they want it.
Didn't get what she wanted out of the situation can kind of also mean that you didn't give her anything and you consistently were a mean jerk to her. So the thing is, Ice Spice, when you crash out afterwards, it's because somebody is overwhelmed with the amount of meanness that you're throwing at them. That's not like crashing out and, oh, I've noticed the pattern. Yeah, the pattern is that you're a jerk. Is that true? Is that too harsh? All she did was all those horrible things to Cleopatra. By the way, Cleopatra's music is amazing. I know we all love In Hamoud, but Cleopatra also has some great songs. Let's keep going, Isis.
Extra bunks. So I'm like, oh, let me see if Cleo wants to come. Feel me? So she could do like her songs and stuff like that. But that's what the fuck I get for trying to be a good person. It's whatever, bro. Honestly, like, you know, that's not gonna stop me from still trying to be a good person. Like, I'm gonna always help the next person out. Like, and that's really my fault for real because whatever though. But to say like, just to leave out so many details is crazy. Like, how you not gonna tell the people, bitch, we was on them rides at the...
That's what she's trying to say? Girl, fuck all that psychological torture I put you through. Remember when we went to Six Flags? What? All that bullshit about, oh my gosh, you know, it's what I get for trying to put on an next artist. It's what I get for doing a favor, for trying to help somebody out. The allegations are that you see yourself as really high and mighty and you're surrounded by a bunch of yes men, and that has caused the quality of your music to drastically drop off ever since you started because you've gotten such a big ego that all you want to hear is, yes, more fart poop. It was so funny the first time. It'll be just as funny the 28th. I'm Miss Poopy. Printed. Those allegations and that you just are a jerk. And your response is to just be an egotistical jerk. Listen, I'm starting to believe Cleopatra now.
After the tour, like, you just gonna get off the bus? I don't even know you got off the bus. And you gonna send me an essay with an intro, bodies, and a conclusion, like, and you want me to try to like analyze this shit and figure out how I'm wrong when all I did was...
That's kind of funny. It sounds like she's dumb. I don't know. You sent me this whole essay, this whole paragraph. You were so impassionately angry at me that you took the time to put all your thoughts out into a very long constructed sentence. A whole paragraph, in fact. And you expect me to be able to read that and comprehend it? Yeah, I think she really did just need Elmo to break it down for her.
Ice Spice, you being it.
Nah, Elmo can't cuss.
And I'm sharing my stage with you and you feeling so entitled, like you thinking that my peoples that work for me is supposed to work for you too. Like, that's so crazy to me. Like, how I'm in the shower, you gon' barge in while I'm butt-ass naked trying to press me about some bags that you gotta carry some bags.
I didn't know you were naked, Isis. It's just her name. I can feel them in the back of my head. The voices. Okay. You're just proving everybody right over and over and over again and doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down. You only have 10K artists. You should be grateful. I shared my stage with you. And that makes you expect what? Common decency? You thought because I, a super successful popular artist going on tour, would provide you do lunch? Like, that's what you're saying? That's your defense? It's not an apology, it's just doubling down. Oh my God, when somebody does something really like objectively wrong and their apology is just doubling down, that always blows my mind. I hope nobody I've made videos about recently has done anything like that. That would be probably very embarrassing.
Crash outs and they going on rants, but fuck it though. At the end of the day, it's whatever, bro. Like, this shit comes with it, you know, like. Yeah, see, clearly, this will come with it, bro, right?
And by the way, this is how she's talking to her fans. Like, she's posting this publicly on Twitter Spaces. What the fuck is that? That just sounds a horrible, horrible place. That sounds like a cesspool. But this is what's on there. Talking to her fans like, this is just what comes with it though. At the end of the day, it's like, you know, when you're this big, it's just what comes with it. That's so egotistical. By the way, keep in mind, this is who Ice Spice is. Like, this is recent. And by the way, shout out Kai Cenat. All respect to Kai Cenat. I think. I don't know, I'm kind of... Whatever. Kai Cenat, for what you've done to bring newcomers to the Elden Ring community. And you're funny with Drewski. Anyways, Ice Spice on Kai Cenat was asked to freestyle, and this is, you know, who Ice Spice is. We're looking for a beat right now. She's starting. She's about to freestyle. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. So he's trying to be the high man. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Expecting her to freestyle, since this is a freestyle. And she just works. She doesn't even rap. And then listen to the end of the video.
No freestyle?
That was my freestyle.
That was your freestyle?
That was your freestyle? Her freestyle was twerking, and that's who has this ego. You're literally just saying, I can't rap, I'll just twerk a little bit. That's my freestyle. And she's the one talking like this.
We was siphon. Bitch, you not gonna tell the people how we was at an Italian restaurant and you ate so much fucking food, you fucking vacuum, that the server was like, where did the food go? Like, stop it right now. You talking about she ain't let me to the back of her room on her tour bus. She had this big ass room. Bitch, can I play with my pussy one time? At one time? Like, damn, you want to sleep in my bed?
Oh my God, I didn't get that part in the audio before. I usually clicked out because I was getting annoyed. Oh my God. Okay. Playing with the pussy aside, why would you say that? You're not gonna talk about the time that we was at the Italian restaurant and you ate the food so fast you vacuumed, they were like, where was the food? Is so insane when you're trying to beat the mean girl allegations. Oh my God, like you think at a certain point you'd go, fuck, you know? Maybe the consistent stories about my history as a horrible friend with Baby Storm, Nicki Minaj, and Cleopatra, maybe that's a reflection of my character. No, you eat so much food, you're a fucking vacuum. Well, I will say, you take it there, Cleopatra's taking it further. That's something you don't want to do. Because after that Twitter Spaces audio, Cleopatra said, imagine being called big by somebody that was just big. I'm going to bed, bro. Ozempic got y'all gassed and fat phobic now? Bet. Oh my God. Yeah, because Ice Spice is also literally going through people thinking that she's on Ozempic, which she did post this workout afterwards to be like, nah, I did it all naturally, but it doesn't really look like, I don't know, she just doesn't feel like the vibe of somebody who like doing it for anything more than just an Instagram video. I don't know. Could be wrong. She could have done it all naturally. Also, who gives a fuck? I don't even care, but why are you being fat phobic? Because you just like got a lot skinnier and now you're gonna be like, you ate so much fucking food with that New York accent. Hey, by the way, shout out New York City. Filming this on 9/11, right? Talking a lot about ISIS and it's on 9/11. ISIS didn't do it though. Why am I talking about 9/11? It was a national tragedy. It was. It feels like I'm joking right now. Okay, I'm sorry. It was like, but okay. Moving on. So that's the Ice Spice Cleopatra. And I don't know if y'all remember the Baby Storm tweet from the beginning. She is also fat phobic and many other things. Yeah, after seeing all this, I think it's safe to say that Ice Spice is many other things. Oh man, and this doesn't even come in to talk about the Madeline RG situation, which I'll touch on now. Which, by the way, I remember seeing this one random day and being like, is this serious? This is insane.
You guys caught us. It was all PR. I hope that you enjoyed the video that dropped at midnight last night. I know I did. I know I enjoyed going to the club and going to the set, and I know that I definitely saw that video before anyone on here did.
Yeah, and the video being this one right here, which I'm not gonna show that much of, but it's literally just a, hey, I'm boyfriend and girlfriend, Ice Spice and Central C, we're boyfriend and girl. Meanwhile, he's literally in a public relationship with that girl, Madeline RG. Like, very publicly, and then this video comes out of Ice Spice and Central C together, and she's just like, oh, no, yeah, it's just PR. Oh, yeah. And then she does her own series, and I never made a video about it because there's just so much stuff happening right then. Anyways, she did a whole series talking about how this was just like so shitty and so shady of Ice Spice and Central C. Anyways, yeah, she posted this, which is her doing push-ups. And the caption is, mood after taking humans. Right after doing that video with Central C and then Madeline RG posting all that stuff. And by the way, the song is, if he's cheating, I'm doing it worse. Like, the whole song, They made a song about cheating on her, and then they released it, and it wasn't like PR. They didn't tell her anything. That's one of the meanest things that I've ever seen ever. They were together. She thought that they were together, and he was making a song with the side chick about how he's cheating on her, and then he posted it as a music video while she thought they were still together. And listen, he is the demon in that situation. He is like, oh my God, what a horrible, 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 disgusting man. But Ice Spice is insane for doing that. Like, listen, it's Central C. But Ice Spice is also there. And then once Madeline Argy's posting that, doing like, me after taking her mans. Ice Spice, you don't know how to be famous. You just don't know how to do it. There are people who know how to be famous. Trust me, Denzel knows how to be famous. Jamie Foxx, Christopher Nolan, Paul Mescal, Glenn Powell. Don't get me started on Kate Blanchett. They know how to be famous. I think Ice Spice got really famous, but this is just like a, you know, a kind of a career crash out once people have realized who she actually is. Because you can be famous without people really knowing you. And it's like, Sophia, whenever she like her, she's like, I like her aesthetic. She's like, oh, she's cute. I like her aesthetic. Well, once this is out there and this is what you are and everybody knows you for, it's kind of hard to be cute when the music you're also making is, nah, give me a light. I'm Miss Poopy. Yeah, and Sophia just said that she does not like her. Because also, Sophia has helped me with this video. Help me process emotionally. Yeah, so that's my take on Ice Spice. Peace and love. I really hope that she takes all of this as constructive criticism and doesn't just say, it's just because I'm famous. It's just because I'm the best. They're always trying to tear me down. Because that's not at all how she acts. Anyways, subscribe.
Thinking of shit? You're not even the fart. I'll be going hard, brah. I'm breaking their hearts like, be quick but I'm quicker, be thick but I'm thicker, she could be rich but I'm richer. Taking her man, don't give a fuck, out in the yams, and I'm keeping one tuck. I made me some jams, unlock the advance.